Welcome back, everyone, to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 5, Episode 3 of Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. We are on the Chapter 4A, Part 1. We are on our Neante quest. We're still over in the tombs of the Order. We stayed there for the night, and Bayor and Maggot. Let's check Bayor and Maggot out here from our miniature painting video that you guys could also go check out. Bayor and Maggot. They had first round encounters in the Tombs of the Order, but what they did discover is this is the resting place of King Arthur and his knights. So it's pretty exciting stuff. We're going to jump into continuing on this turn and get our menhirs. So we'll start out by getting our menhirs activated. We'll reduce their tokens down to 2 now. So this is down to 2. This is getting pretty precarious here. Let's go ahead and also reveal our random event. So we got a random event here. Beautiful weather. Travel costs are even lower. So we're not traveling today. We're staying in the Tombs of the Order. Before we jump into the rest of the round, quick shout out to this channel's sponsor, Pontus Fathom Press. Check out our bookstore link down in the description. You can own yourself the handsome edition of the hardcover omnibus of Catu Journals out of Lovecraft's Providence, collecting all kinds of arcane Yog-Sothothery, list of Rillian words, the actual fragments of the text, translations, the psychoanalysis of Rillier, the natal chart of H.P. Lovecraft in Cthulhu, the fragments of the Necronomicon fragment translated with the original Rillian script. All kinds of great things for you to explore. Lovecraft fans and not alike, you'll become a Lovecraft fan after you read it. Also, the Volume 4 of the Pontus Fathom podcast lecture series, Esoteric Dragon Mysteries, Decoding the Dragon Symbol in Myth and Occult Traditions. Hey, if you guys like Arthurian legends, check out our Dragon series on the podcast channel. This book captures all of that into a one-edition book where you can deep dive into Arthurian legends and the dragon. Helps to support the channel, as does joining our Patreon. For as little as $1, you can stay on top of our Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon journey together. We're doing miniature painting, and we will also be giving you gameplay of A Song of Ice and Fire, Joan of Arc, and you can go deep into our catalog too: Eldritch Horror, Cthulhu Wars, Conan by Monolith, Cthulhu Death May Die, War of the Ring, and Game of Thrones, all out there for you to check out. We've got over 800 videos out there, so something for everyone. So let's jump into day number 3. We're going to start out with our encounter in the Tombs of the Order. Back to Area 154, Tombs of the Order. So again, you feel a shiver crawl down your neck. At the bottom, flanked by the curtains of the waterfall, you can see the towering statue of the one true King Arthur. This is where Arthur and his knights are, I guess, where they're buried, right? So there's pale white tents under the banner of the Round Table. This last time we did approach the camp. This time we're going to climb down to the ceremonial road. We'll go to verse 4. It says, as you slowly walk down the ceremonial ramp, spiraling downward along the wall, tombs of the knights flank you on both sides, some 600 years old, some more recent. They are protective ruins on all of the doors, but they seem easy enough to break with basic magic. So I guess last time we tried to gain access to one of the tombs. This time let's go to the bottom of the ramp. So we're going to go to the bottom of the ramp, verse 7. Here we go. You stand at the feet of Arthur's statue. Wow, this is cool. Its grandeur takes your breath away. Higher than any human-made statue, with curtains of waterfalls flanking the stone king on both sides. Oh yeah, so this is this image again. So if you see here in the card, you can see how the waterfalls have this statue of Arthur. But here's like the close-up view of that. It's like Arthur statue. It's kind of like that Lord of the Rings shot there. When there's giant, or even in Game of Thrones when we enter into Bravos there, the giant kind of statue. Higher than any human-made structure, with curtains of waterfalls flanking the stone king on both sides. Feeling the crush of Arthur's gaze on your shoulder. You slowly approach the majestic door. If you don't have part 2 of Dreams and Prophecies, part 2 of Dreams and Prophecies, Dreams and Prophecies. We don't have part 2 of Dreams and Prophecies. It says, each party loses 1 terror for each point of their... Oh, so we lose terror for this. So let's lose our terror down to 0. So actually, this is like a very healing waterfall. It's a healing place. And we gain Dreams and Prophecies Part 2, which we didn't have. So we've almost completed our Dreams and Prophecies. We only have a couple more of them to get. So, and then it says, gain Part 2 of Dreams and Prophecies status, and then go to verse 10. So verse 10, it says, in all of this splendor, there's one detail that seems cut off. The door of the tomb stands slightly ajar. You feel your curiosity peaking, but you know that entering Arthur's mausoleum is a heresy. If you are, if you have the secret card 78, we don't. Otherwise, choose one. Investigate the door, walk into the tomb. Investigate the door, walk into the tomb. So let's first investigate the door. And it says, the door inside looks like something broke through from the inside. Whoa, this is like John Carter of Mars stuff. Like John Carter would put his body in the tomb, and then he would go off to Mars, right? Something broke from the tomb from the inside. Scattered remains of the barricade indicate people outside tried to stop this thing. So we're going to gain 1 terror back now. Something was scary in here. Right? Go to verse 10 and make another choice. We can either leave or walk into the tomb. Let's walk into the tomb. If we have at least 2 spirituality, yes, we do. We gain 1 more terror. So the more, this is spiritual terror. This is like the idea of exorcism movies are scary if you believe in that, right? So let's get the coin out here. And it's 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. So we're going to go to 1, 2, 4 in the Book of Secrets. 1, 2, 4. Okay. As soon as you enter the tomb, you realize something is wrong. A huge sarcophagus stands open and empty. Molten candles surround an upturned ornate basin on the ground. A torn vestment hangs on an angular torch holder near the entrance. You also find a smashed shield sprayed with blood. If you don't have part 2 of Disturbing Information part 2, we don't have it. If you don't have part 2 of Disturbing Information status, gain this part of the status. And then each member gains 1 experience and another terror. Wow, we gain another experience and another terror. So our terror is high. So let's just gain this Disturbing Information Part 2. Disturbing Information Part 2. Disturbing Information Part 2. And then it says, if your caution is at least 2. Our caution is 2. Go to verse 201 of the Book of Secrets. 201 of the Book of Secrets. 201. 201. While inspecting the tomb in detail, you find a set of marks on the back of the sarcophagus. Each is progressively more recent, and the last one looks completely fresh. What could they mean? What could they mean? So we're out of the tomb here. But I think if we go back 154, so as we leave out of this, it says, if you have part 2 of Disturbing Information, we're going to confront so we walk past 3 soldiers. So as we leave, we walk past 3 soldiers who make no effort to stop you. 2 knights in the large tent play dice, their hands trembling as they have shifty eyes. You reckon them as Bedivere and Palamedes. The dark-skinned Palamedes stands up and asks you what you want. Confront them with this disturbing information you have discovered. Requires part 2 of Disturbing Information. So we've got that. So let's keep going. So we go to verse 5. Palamedes looks nervously at Belvedere. And then back to you. You feel like he's almost ready to talk. He just requires 1 final push. Okay, so let's appeal to his sense of honor. Go to verse 8. The knights reveal they attempted to use the Grail to raise Arthur as the Round Table used to do in difficult times. But after so many returns, there was little left of the king. The ritual failed spectacularly, and Neante ran away with the Grail. Whoa, 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 whoa. They tried to raise Arthur from the dead. So 3, 3, 1. So we get one more book of secrets. Wow, this is cool. Among all the stinking, disheveled people, you see one familiar face, a young man who sought to sell his contract at the Warriors' Fair. Judging by the sickly woman beside him, what is this? Is this story? Did I go to the right place? It doesn't seem like it's the right story. Hold on. It's a 154. Double check again. Maybe I got the coins wrong here. 154. So it's 3, 3, 1. 3, 3, 1. What did I just read? 3, 3, 1. Yeah, okay. Of all the stinking, disheveled people, you see familiar face, a young man who sought to sell his contract at the Warriors' Fair. Judging by the sickly woman beside him, he found his wife. There were no children, however, and their forlorn expressions told that story. Unbidden, the man babbles his thanks to you and tells you of his journey since the fair, breaking his wife out of the asylum and being chased from town to town. Piecing it together, you realize they started the plague and are responsible for its spread. A shadow crosses their faces. They nervously look at you and await your reaction. Gain part 2 of the helping hand status. Helping hand status. Helping hand part 2. Helping hand part 2. And then it says, turn them in, confront them, convince them to leave, let them be. Turn them in, confront them, convince them to leave, or let them be. How about confront them? Confront them. Turn them to leave. Confront them. Okay, it says confront them. It says, we didn't know, the woman wails. All we can think of was finding our children. They were taken from me when I was thrown into the asylum. We searched for them, going days without food or rest, and then we never found them. Always the rumors led to nothing. The man holds her close as she breaks down. We never saw the plague. News of it followed us, always behind. Everywhere we passed, we covered a dozen towns before. He lifts his ragged shirt sleeves, revealing a red mark. Before we realized it, he meets your eyes. As soon as we knew, we stopped, tried to hide here. The place was infected anyway. We thought we couldn't do more harm. Please, we just wanted to find our children. Go back to 331 in the Book of Secrets and make another choice. Okay, this is going to keep going. So we confronted them, convinced them to leave, or turn them in. Do we turn them in? You understand their plight, right? Yeah, they're just a man and a woman, scared and striving to look after each other after losing everything, but the locals are suspicious and search everywhere. You implore the couple to leave, to find somewhere away from people and spend their few remaining months together. You manage to convince them to move elsewhere. They might die on the road. They might carry the plague further. You feel this won't be a happy ending. Each party member gains 1 experience. So we gain an experience each. And we gain another. Oh my God, our terror is so high. But we're not going insane just yet. Gain part 4 of the helping hand status and exploration ends. So helping hand status, gain part 4. I feel like we're still nowhere closer. I don't know what's going on here. Helping hand status, part 4. As usual, another dead end, right? So Bayor and Maggot will spend the evening here in the tombs again, and we will see you guys in round number 4. I'll clean up the board. I'll get their health squared away from resting, and I'll talk to you in round 4. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.